Hello and welcome to Devil's Advocate. 6 months after he became president of the Bharatiya Janata Party, how is Nitin Gadkari faring? That's the key issue I shall explore today with Nitin Gadkari himself. Mr. Gadkari, you've been president of the BJP for just over 6 months, but already your colleagues are expressing concern and sometimes criticism of your leadership. Does that worry you?
There is no criticism from my colleagues. My only problem is related with the media, the perception of media.
Well, let me quote to you what your colleagues have been saying to the newspapers. To the Times of India, they've said your leadership is haphazard and indecisive. To the Hindustan Times, they are saying there's a sense of drift, that you're defocused.
Can you tell me the name of the leader who is talking all these things?
No, the name of the leader won't be published because he'll get into trouble with you. You know that.
Definitely, it is totally baseless. It is a section of media. Many times it writes many things about BJP. I never understand why they write, what agenda they have. But the people are making this type of comments on the basis of false information. This is not a case with me and neither with the party also.
But in fact, the media has gone even further. The Indian Express on the 30th of June has said that the Sangh Sachalak of the RSS is unhappy with the way the BJP is functioning.
Have you discussed with RSS, Sir Sangh Sachalak?
But the Indian Express has gone public. Half the country's read it.
That is my problem. Why? I don't know what the reason. The perception of the media is like this. There are some people who write this type of news. I have no objection about it because I admit the right what they want to write. It's no problem for me. But I have discussed many times with Sir Sangh Sachalak. He never talk anything like this, and this is all things which are written in the paper. They are not of any concrete ground is there.
Let me then clarify, are you saying that these reports in the media are made up, that the media is manufacturing things?
No, actually my information and my knowledge and my experience from media, it is the perception of media, and it is, I don't want to criticize them, that without knowing the evidences of the cases, they just write what is the idea in their mind. Still, I have no comments on it.
All right, let's leave the media aside. Let me put this to you. Is your inexperience, both of national politics in Delhi as well as running a major opposition party, a handicap in carrying out your duties as president of the BJP?
Not at all. As far as the Rajasthan problem is concerned, it is totally, that was a big problem before I taking charge of a BJP president.
You're referring to the problem with Vasundhara Raje Scindia?
Not the political problem of the BJP in Rajasthan was an acute problem.
And you sorted it out?
Yes, definitely sorted, and the way in which the Ram Jethmalani elected, it is really a remarkable thing for the BJP. The total BJP is united and getting two more votes from others.
Let's then talk about the major challenges you faced in the last 6 months, and let's first talk about Jharkhand. For 27 days after Shibu Soren voted with the government over the opposition cut motions, your party flip-flopped between either wanting to break the alliance or create a new understanding with the JMM. As a result, someone as senior as Murli Manohar Joshi went on record to say this was the theatre of the absurd. People said Nitin Gadkari is indecisive, he can't make up his mind.
First of all, there is a difference between strategy and conviction. In Jharkhand, particularly the Congress, the way in which they are taking their position, they want to divide the small political parties, and by using their muscle and money power, they want to create something different in Jharkhand.
But don't talk about Congress.
There was a political
but don't
answer.
Talk about Congress, talk about BJP, because the question is whether you were indecisive, whether as a result the party's image has suffered. What's your answer to that criticism?
I will tell you one thing. Whenever we have taken some political decision, many times there may be something which is advantageous to the party, and there may be something we have to face the problems. It is not a big thing in the politics.
You mean in Jharkhand you faced problems, there was no advantage?
No. I want to tell you one thing. As far as the Jharkhand case is concerned, we are expecting cooperation from the Shibu Soren. He was committed to party in return. At the time when he changed his role, and he is talking something differently, we taken a decision that we don't want government in Jharkhand, and we closed the chapter.
But in fact, you didn't close the chapter quite as easily as you make it seem. It went on for 27 days. The papers say that Sushma Swaraj and LK Advani were against trusting Shibu Soren, that you wanted to give him another chance. Today, with hindsight, can you accept you made a mistake?
This is a decision for the Jharkhand is taken by the core group of the BJP, and Sushma Swaraj also the part of the decision. And Advani ji also the part of the
So
decision.
there was no dissent in BJP at all? There was no difference of opinion?
After discussing all the subjects, we decide. And after that, we have taken that decision.
Let me tell you why people think that Jharkhand was bad for the BJP. The day Shibu Soren voted for the government, your party spokesman publicly said this was treacherous, it was foul play. The next day, Sushma Swaraj, your leader of the opposition, went public and said it was an act of betrayal. But when you suddenly realized that losing power in Ranchi would also adversely affect you in Bihar, you did a complete U-turn. Not only did that make the BJP look opportunistic, it undermined the party's image and, worse still, the party's integrity.
In many cases, particularly the Congress party and the political party has taken many decisions politically.
But you don't compare yourself to Congress, do you? You're a party with a difference. You're supposed to be better than Congress.
We are a political party.
But then how do you account for this flip-flop, this opportunism?
Actually, long term, I will tell you, the Jharkhand episode will be beneficial for us. You wait for some days.
You sure that isn't just a vain boast?
Not at all. I feel that.
You're going on record to say that the Jharkhand episode will be beneficial for the BJP.
I just want to tell you one thing, that you wait for some days.
All right.
Don't make final analysis, because the situation of Jharkhand is also politically changed.
For the sake of this interview, I'll accept that argument. I should point out to you that a lot of people watching this interview will say, come off it, Mr. Gadkari, you're just joking. Let's come to the second big challenge you faced in these 6 months, Bihar. Can you accept that in handling the Nitish Kumar controversy, the BJP was inept and it perhaps mishandled it?
Not at all. You are the person only talking like this. There is an opinion in the mind of the people of India. The way in which we handle this issue, the people are appreciating.
Let me tell you why.
And it is not a problem which are created by the BJP. And now the problem is closed.
Well, let me tell you why people think that the BJP mishandled it.
Not at all. It is not at all mishandling.
Let me tell you. In the Lok Sabha elections of 2009, the NDA won an astonishing 32 out of 40 seats, and Narendra Modi didn't step foot in Bihar. He didn't campaign in Bihar. Why then, just 5 months before the state elections, are you trying to build up his image through advertisements in Patna newspapers? It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. Why are you doing it?
That is a very negligible subject. That is not of that important the subject is. Actually, it is not the party. It is something, if a photograph is printed in somewhere in the newspaper, it is not a big issue.
But you
the
knew
issue is already
but
closed.
But you knew it would annoy Nitish Kumar. It was unnecessary, and most importantly, you don't need Narendra Modi. You won 32 out of 40
Narendra
without him.
Modi is a chief minister of one of the state. He is a party leader. At the national executive, he is also expected there. And whatever decision for our party, we will decide who will be the leader campaigning for the party. Is it possible for us? You belongs to one TV channel. If anyone say you will be directed by any other channel head, and he will tell you what type of question you should ask them, is it appropriate for it?
Well, let me try and answer that by pointing out the second reason why people think the BJP is mishandling Bihar. Your party keeps periodically insisting that Narendra Modi and Varun Gandhi will campaign in Bihar. You know that your ally Nitish Kumar doesn't want it. More importantly, you know you don't need it. Why keep insisting?
Already this problem is finished. No, you understand one thing.
Forgive me, sir.
As a president, I want to tell you one thing very clearly. In my party candidates, where they are contesting the election, whether who will be the leader to campaign for them, it will decide by Bharatiya Janata Party. It will not decide by other party or other leaders. It is our right, our privilege to decide who will be the leader to campaign for our party candidate.
This is such
how you can say that this will be decided by other parties.
This is such an important point.
Even in the alliance, we are also the alliance partner. Whatever the candidates contested from Nitish Kumar's party, it is his privilege and right to decide who will be the campaign for them.
This is such an important point that I'm going to make you repeat it, because I think people should be in no doubt. You're saying to me that Narendra Modi, if the BJP wants, will campaign in Bihar regardless of what Nitish Kumar says.
One thing is very clear. For the campaigning, who will be the leader, it will decide by the party. That is the important question first of all.
But that could endanger your alliance. Is it worth your while risking the alliance to bring a man who makes no difference to the vote in Bihar? Why bring him there when you don't need him? Why risk the alliance?
Only I want to clear one thing. Whatever the leader, whosoever it may be, it will be decided my party who will be the leader to campaign for the party in Bihar.
So then let me quote to you what in fact The JDU spokesman Shivanand Tiwari has said he's gone on record to say that Nitish and Nitish alone will decide who will campaign in Bihar. You're saying to me Shivanand Tiwari is wrong, the BJP will send whoever they want.
After that, many other statements also issued by JDU, and now the problem is closed, now the problem is finished, now there is no problem in Bihar, now alliance is going on, we have got good relation, no problem is there.
You don't think Anand Kumar's statement today in Gujarat is going to reopen the problem for you?
No.
You're sure of that?
Yes.
He's gone on record to say that he's gone to Gujarat. He says, I have come here to request Modi to campaign in Bihar.
It is not, we are not ready, it is not essential for the party to make request to anybody. Whatever the party decision taken for a leader, he belongs to BJP for campaigning, at the same he will obey the party.
My last question on this subject, is this practical politics or is this emotion, prestige and pride? Are you not, for the sake of pride, endangering an alliance that's critical to you?
One thing is very clear, that we are a democratic party. Whatever decision related with our party, this is our right and privilege to decide about it. How the second person belongs to other party, how is going to dictate the terms for our party? It is not possible in democracy. And are you supposed to say me that whatever decision taken in the BJP, we should take the decision on the guideline of the other leaders?
All right.
Belongs to other parties.
I'll leave the last word with you on that subject. It's only fair, as party president, you should have the last word. Let's take a break. I want to come back and ask you a different question. Did the BJP make a mistake taking back Jaswant Singh and Ram Jethmalani, or is the press once again being unfair? That's in a moment's time. See you after the break. Welcome back to Devil's Advocate and an interview with the President of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Nitin Gadkari. Mr. Gadkari, in the last 1 month, Ram Jethmalani and Jaswant Singh have been taken back by the BJP. Now there's talk you could even take back Uma Bharti. Is this a sign of desperation, or is the party changing its core beliefs and principles?
To add the people in the party is going to strengthen the party.
How? These are people who opposed your party on practically everything.
Many times, these things are happening even in your personal life, in your social life, in the political life. The best way is to add the people in the party is a good thing for the party.
All right, you say it's a good thing for the party. Let's first take the example of Jaswant Singh. When he published his book in August, you expelled him. At the time, he had called Jinnah a great man. He called him a nationalist who was misunderstood. He said he was a secular leader. And most importantly of all, he said Sardar Patel was more responsible for partition than Jinnah himself. To this day, Jaswant Singh has not changed his view. In fact, publicly, he said, I do not disown what I've written. I stand by it. Yet you readmitted him. So where now do your core beliefs and principles stand?
As a person, Jaswant Singh is a good man. He is a senior and experienced leader.
What about his views?
At the time of the foundation of the Bharatiya Janata Party, when he was there, I respect him. Apart from his book, I don't do concern so much about his book, but he is loyal to the ideology of the BJP.
But how can he be? You believe Sardar Patel is an icon. You believe that he was against
all issues
partition.
are closed. These are the old issues now.
But they're not old. He hasn't changed his mind. He says, my views remain the same. How can I disown what I have written myself?
Now the issues are already is closed, and apart from these views, he is loyal to the party and he is ready to, as a BJP, he has got faith on the ideology of the BJP, and as a senior leader, we have respect for him.
All right, you say
that's why we have added him to the party.
You say he has faith in the ideology of the BJP. Let me put this to you. In his book, he says that it is possible.
I am not concerned that lot of books are written by a lot of peoples everywhere.
But I'm talking about views that contradict your ideology. Let me finish and then you answer.
First of all, you understand that any independent person, as a journalist or a politician, he writes his experience of his life in the book. He has he is authorized, or he feel that these are the experience of his life. I feel that in democracy, everyone has right to what he feels.
Does he have
his thinking or his whatever his ideology, what he feels about in writing the book, this is not a case related with the party ideology.
Well, that's what you say, but I want to quote to you what he said to this program in August last year. He said, we treat Muslims as aliens. He said, look into their eyes and you can truly see the pain they live with. That's not a position the BJP agrees with or believes in. That's exactly what he's saying, yet you've gone and embraced him.
In a big political party, it is a group of many political leaders. Everyone have some independent and different opinions. It never happens that 100% opinions are same. There may be some opinion, may Jaswant Singh he may have. We probably, I am not agree with him also. But at the larger interest, as far as BJP is concerned, I feel that he is loyal to the party, he is a respectable leader, and that's why I approached to him. And I am very much thankful to him that now he is also ready to work for the party, and it's a good addition. Now the new history has started, old part is closed.
But you said a very important thing. There are still issues on which you disagree with him, but in the larger interest of the party, you are prepared to overlook those differences. They exist, but you're overlooking them. That's what you said. Is that right?
I will tell you one thing. In many cases, even we discuss with even my close friend or close colleague he may have some different opinion related with my opinion. And it is naturally happening in many cases.
Okay, let's leave Jaswant Singh aside. Let's then come to Ram Jethmalani. This is a man in 2004 who publicly cast aspersions on the moral integrity of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He ridiculed Atal Bihari Vajpayee's mental balance. He went public
But
with
already
ridicule.
he cleared the things. Do you know that?
No, he hasn't.
He cleared the
I have
things.
to challenge you
now
on that.
Before coming to the BJP, he has already cleared the things.
How did he clear them? How did he clear them? How did he clear them?
Huh?
How did he clear them?
It's a very clearly clear that that was that comments was not good, and I'm sorry for that.
He's apologized for it.
Yes.
He's apologized for it.
Yes.
You're saying that an apology is sufficient? This man said of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, I'm going to quote, he said, "The people of this country are entitled to know whether the Prime Minister carries a sound mind in a sound body, what physical ailments the Prime Minister suffers from, what drugs, medicines and remedies he uses, whether he can walk, hear, see and concentrate mentally on the immense tasks facing the nation." Do you really think that because he says sorry, that's forgotten and forgiven?
Already Ram Jethmalani has cleared the things. Whatever the comments which was passed by him in past, he has very clearly indicates that his whatever the comments which he has passed, he is making that was not correct, and making, as far as Atalji's comment is concerned, he clear his stand.
I want to.
Now I feel.
Can I just ask one question?
The subject is closed now.
Has Ram Jethmalani said sorry to the BJP for saying these things about Atalji?
Already he cleared the things with me, and the chapter is
But
closed.
does clearing mean saying sorry? Did he apologize?
Already the total problem is closed
But
now.
just one little question. Did he apologize?
What I am to tell you?
Yes, I
He
hope.
declared it in a publicly also.
I'm
To
afraid
the media also.
I haven't seen any public declaration by Mr. Jethmalani apologizing to Mr. Vajpayee. That's why I'm asking you, has he apologized?
I discussed all this issue with Jethmalani, and he cleared the things. I am satisfied now.
Is your party satisfied?
Yes.
Is Vajpayee's family satisfied?
Yes.
The family,
Yes.
they're satisfied.
Huh.
They've
Yes.
forgiven Jethmalani.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Gadkari, a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.